Okay, so I've been busy here a little bit. Busy week, going to be busy couple of weeks probably. But I want to cover this because there are a few things that are all the rage right now in the news, especially revolving around the Supreme Court. First, New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruen. Well, the ruling on that states that May issue now is off the table, pretty much. And that's a good thing, because the fact of the matter is those states with May issue are practically no issue. New York is a prime example of why May issue should not be allowed. Really, right of the people keeping bear arms shall not be infringed. It doesn't really leave any room for requiring a permit to carry a firearm at all. But that's a different topic. All this particular Supreme Court case did was simply say states cannot require May issue, or cannot require a proper clause. Any requirement they have to get a permit to carry a pistol has to be objective. Pretty much all the ruling states. However, you have a lot of people bawling their eyes out about this. And quite frankly, these people are control freaks. And they're acting like the world's coming to an end. It's not. Well, maybe their world is coming to an end because, again, they are control freaks. And they're throwing a temper tantrum because they can't sit there and impose their will as much on others as they like to. And these people, by the way, are probably the same people bawling their eyes out about Roe v. Wade being overturned. Now, for my left-leaning, liberty-minded friends, this does not apply to you. This is not directed at you. Do not take it as such, okay? But for those of you who are bawling your eyes out about the ruling on New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruen, well, quite frankly, you can cry me a river. Because, first, Roe v. Wade was a bad ruling to begin with. There was no text in the Constitution that they used that specifically protected abortion. And all this really does is just put the issue of abortion back in the state hands. Now, I know that you are the same people who cannot keep abortion legal in several states, because in these several states, these people value freedoms that you don't particularly value. In fact, you despise them. You disapprove of them. You want to strip people of those freedoms. Therefore, your rhetoric of this whole my body, my choice thing doesn't work on them. They see through it. They see you at people for being the fucking liars that you are. My body, my choice didn't seem to matter when it came to basic Second Amendment, the freedom to own and carry firearms, and indeed all arms. It probably didn't matter to you either back from 2020 all the way into 2022. You guys remember that? Where you were going around, where's your mask? I'm calling the police. And, we need lockdowns. And, oh, well, if you don't take this experimental jab, we're going to deny you health care. We're going to make you have to stay at home. You remember that? Oh, even better. You don't take this experimental jab, we're going to go after your job. In fact, indeed, you are the very same people who tend to be the types that, you do something I disapprove of, I'm going to go after your job. And actually, a while back, I did have somebody threaten my job. Unfortunately for this person, they got the wrong C.R. Williams. And I'm pretty sure Chaparral Energy if a link was provided to my channel, looked at my channel, saw my videos, and realized, hey, this guy in this video right here is not the same C.R. Williams as we have working for us. You know, I mean, I hope you didn't cost an innocent person their job there with your little temper tantrum, if you're watching, by the way. But, no, I mean, you guys don't value freedom, and even abortion itself is not about freedom to you guys and gals. You know? It's about control, isn't it? It's about, well, I should be allowed to take this innocent person's life if I want to. And that's really what it's about. It's not about freedom. If it was, you would respect other people's freedoms, even the ones you personally disapprove of. But you can't do that, can you? You've pretty much gotten to the find out phase of fuck around and find out. So, you know, I have no sympathy for you. Now, with this being said, I'm going to address my left-leaning libertarian friends on this, and I'm going to say my best advice on this one is it is a state issue. Now that Roe v. Wade's being overturned, or has been overturned, unfortunately, you're going to have to argue for your freedoms, and this is what we should have been doing anyway. I mean, we have the Bill of Rights there as a specific protection against the very first freedoms that tyrants go after. Doesn't mean they don't go after other freedoms, especially when other people don't approve of them. You know, and the idea is we're supposed to be a free country, and it's better to enjoy your freedoms and to have all the other freedoms out there that you may not approve of than not. I mean, this is the case I would argue. This is the case I've always argued. And yes, it's going to be an uphill fight. And this is one of the things that does annoy me when people say, is it in the Bill of Rights? Oh, it's not in the Bill of Rights? Well, it's not a right then. Now, it's not exactly true, again, for aforementioned reasons. You know, if something you're doing is not harming anybody else, not taking from anybody else, not dependent on anybody else to be forced to do this for you, good chance it's a right. And this is my argument. If it's voluntary, it's probably a right. If it's involuntary on somebody's part, probably not a right. So, I've suggested for a while that the people on the right and the left who are more liberty-minded probably should form a coalition, and we probably should be out there protecting people's liberties. Now, I know people are going to say Libertarian Party. Well, Libertarian Party needs to clean its act up first. And I've said this for a while about the Libertarian Party. Not a big fan of the party right now. They've been shooting themselves in the foot for quite some time. But that being said, I'm going to say, that for those of us who value freedom, we need to coalesce and protect that particular freedom. Thank you all for watching. You all take it easy out there. Have a great day.